So the death penalty is still on the table for Tyler Robinson, while the judge is holding a prosecutor in contempt for violating a gag order. He says striking the death penalty would be a grossly disproportionate remedy.
The defendant argues that the appropriate sanction to remedy this prejudice is to strike the state's notice of intent to seek the death penalty. The court declines to adopt this requested remedy. The court finds that striking the death penalty is grossly disproportionate to the misconduct and legally unavailable in this civil contempt framework.
With us now is Josh Ritter, a Fox News contributor, criminal defense attorney, and the co-host of the weekly rap sheet on Fox Nation. So the situation here, you have the judge lambasting the prosecution for violating the gag order by talking to the media, trying to clean up something that the defense team had leaked to the media. Do I have that correct?
Yes, but to even put a more fine point on it, the judge didn't really have a problem with the prosecution correcting misinformation that was out there. The judge had a problem with the prosecution. He felt going a step too far by vouching for the evidence, by saying that they had ample evidence to reach, go beyond a reasonable doubt in proving this case, and they felt confidence in their case. He felt that that was maybe too far. And yes, he found that there was a violation of the gag order. He did sanction them, but even the sanction itself was more of a slap on the wrist. He said he's going to allow for a more robust voir dire process. End of the day, this was a win for the prosecution, because what the judge didn't do is touch the death penalty, and that was the most important part. And really, the whole reason behind why the defense was even bringing this motion in the first place. They've showed their hand that all of this, or much of it, is really about trying their best to get the death penalty off the table.
And of course, the big picture here is that the judge very much wants to be able to find a good jury who is willing to take their responsibility seriously and come up with a proper judgment here.
Yeah, as does everyone, the prosecution and the defense. And I think that even at the end of the day, a more thorough voir dire and jury selection process would have been good for both sides. So hopefully this puts this issue kind of in the backseat, and we can move forward with more important things, which is actually the evidence in court.
Okay, I want to switch gears to this. A new Nancy Guthrie note alleges that a video of Savannah Guthrie's missing mom is available if the authorities are willing to pay a Bitcoin. Here is Harvey Levin talking about that finding.
The FBI has been working with my IT team from the beginning when we got the first ransom note. And they've also worked with our IT team to find this person. We don't have a way of corresponding with them via email because it doesn't work. And the FBI's tried to track it down and they haven't. But they told me this week that they feel they're getting closer to it and that they are trying to find this person.
In your gut, do you feel like this is real?
That's a great question. I think what we're all trying to get to the bottom of. Here's what I feel is that this communication seems to be coming from the same person or persons, and that with each subsequent communication, the enticement gets greater and the price gets lower. They keep telling TMZ that they have more information. Now it's video that we're hearing about for the first time, something that of course is going to lure people in and entice them. And even then, they keep dropping the price. To me, it just sniffs of something that's more fraudulent than it is legitimate.
Very interesting. Josh Ritter, as always, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.